Hello, dear friends, my lovely audience, my dear fellow Americans, my dear fellow Californians, my dear fellow Angelinos. Welcome to the show on East West with G&E TV. Jack Xiao, your host, talking about the coming election. The election day on the 5th of June, which is about 3 weeks away, right? Today, with me on this show, just to give you some guideline about those propositions and those candidates about on the ballot is my good friend, Mr. Wei Luo, founder and the CEO of California Sunshine Education Center. As an educator, he is also educating the community. The community, I believe that we rely upon him a lot because lots of questions in the area of education, I have to turn to him. So, sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jack. I want to make a little bit correction about your introduction for me is that I'm not educating people how to be a community. I just trying to be advocating of the initiatives, especially as the Chinese American that taking part into political life in our life, in our community life. That's my work. I try to do that.
That's a very good take.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being honest. To be frank to you, I do respect his takes, assertiveness. I mean, well, all the time on several issues, he was proven to be right. Okay. Now, anyway, in the coming election, voting day, June the 5th, what do you want to say as a starting message to everybody, please?
As I every time that it comes to the voting season, my message, as usual, always like this: that go out to vote. Mm-hmm. That's the message to my dear fellows as well as Asian Americans, specifically Chinese Americans, that we need to go out to show out our sincerely caring about the community, caring about the political life in this country, especially caring about our coming generations. Because if we don't move, if we don't act, and somebody gonna do that, gonna be against our direction, against our will. So that's something that very important for us to just go out to vote.
Yeah, exactly. I like that kind of statement. I like that kind of call because it's a call to exercise your right of democracy, right? It is very painful to notice as a fact. By that I mean I can't help noticing that lots of people are screaming for freedom, for rights, for democracy, and some even say that these are the right. These rights are what I came here for. And yet, at the time of voting, when the turnout is so low, surprisingly low. So I have a question: if you do not want to vote, why you come here for? Why you come here?
Right?
No, what do you come here for?
That's right. That's a good message of that. I think that for the most of the, I'm not speaking on behalf of all the Chinese American people over here. Just on behalf of myself as well as a friend that I know of, that they came here for the good life that American as a country is leading among most of the countries in the world, right? Because we have a better water, better education, better air, better food, and better environmental environment. But none of them, I would say that the fewer of them would understand that all of these is backed up with American democratic system over here, as that as a foundation of this good life, a better life in the world, is supported by the system over here. So as a voter over here, and any people who are neutralized as a Chinese American or whatever American, you are exercising your right. You are support the foundation of your life. That's very critical point that we need to realize about the voting.
Exactly. That's why we named the show with the title Vote, Vote for your own benefit. For your own betterment.
For your own life.
You're voting for nothing but
yourself.
But yourself.
That is
right?
correct.
Okay. So that is the logic. That's the logic.
That's right.
Okay, now. Right now we have on the ballot five propositions. I believe each single one of them are related to your life. In other words, are related to your pocket. All right. All right. No matter, regardless how deep your pockets are, may be, but still your money is your money, right? So I have these ones starting from Proposition 68 to all the way 68, 69, 70, 71, and 72.
That's right.
So in addition to encouraging our audience to go out to vote, though, we might share some views of ours, my views and his views, with you for little references. Well, you may think, you may consider this way, you may consider that way, well, so on and so forth, right? Okay. For example, Proposition 68, right? It talks about to launch a $4 billion of a bond to do our parks, recreation park, whatever park, historical park, so on and so forth, and to the environment and and there are lots of even climate and the climate adapters and water quality stuff like that. So there's a yes, there's a no. So do you think you will vote a yes or no?
I think that reading about the proposition, about the brief proposition of these.
Of course, there are arguments about later on those
Yes.
pages. We'll just skip over. Yeah.
Yeah, from first reading, it tells you that the bond will be used for the public funding for the parks as well as improve of the natural environment that we live in our
All right.
society. And also the amount of the bond throughout this proposition is going to be $200 million. That is not a good amount, huge amount. It's not.
But you're talking
I would say
about-
it's a minimum of the total bond amount. It's about 4 billion over 40
You're
years.
talking about $4 billion over 4 years.
Over 40 years,
Yes.
or 40 is not a big issue. I think that's I think that not a big amount, not a big financial burden to all the voters over here. We are talking about 30 million Californians over here, and 200 million every year is not a big amount. However, if we take a look at the benefit of this bond will bring up to our life, I think this is a good benefit versus cost.
Very good.
I think that because this is going to improve our public parks.
In other words, you will vote a yes.
I would.
Okay. And for
I
that,
would
for
in
that,
favor of this.
for that, I will do a no. Right? And I have the following reasons. Right? It is not California doesn't have the $4 billion to do what they want to do. It is money had been wrongly allocated. In other words, money had been spent in the wrong way. Right? You may recall how many times did we have the water bond, right? You may just recall how many times we have been charged with the infrastructure, the bond, right? Go now. We are not forming a habit for them to stick their hands to taxpayers. I need money. I need money. I'll do this way, say, hey, take it back because I gave you money already. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. Go check your own book management, right? How you spent your money, right? And we'll reallocate the money, right? You will find the $4 billion. So for that, I will vote for a no. Do you think that stands for a reason?
I think you have a very legitimate reason to
Yeah.
vote on based upon your study, and that gives me a very good reason that because without a thorough study and a thorough read,
Yeah.
what's behind this proposition?
Exactly.
I would encourage all of you think before you vote.
Yeah.
I appreciate your attitude.
On the text, though, it is very deceiving. It is very, very mystifying.
I
Okay, on the
see.
text.
I see.
That's exactly how they wrote. They
I
wrote
see.
for the purpose of getting passed.
Ah,
If you read carefully, you will find where the reader stands.
I see.
Right? By the choice of words, you will see, this reader is proactive for this one.
I see.
The reader is opposing the other one, something like that. Okay, now, forget that part and all recall into history. Okay, I've been here for 35 years, no, 36 already. So I know exactly how 36 years we have evolved ourselves into who we are now. Taking infrastructure, for example, back then it was perfectly infrastructure. The road was kind of flat like a mirror, something like that. Okay, now, another word, have we never given money to take care of the infrastructure? Yes, we did. Yes, we've done many times. Right? Well, where'd the money go? The money went elsewhere. For example, the speed rail, the bullet train, right? So, well, those are the points. My dear, I may be wrong, my
But
dear
I,
friend.
you know what? I really appreciate your attitude on all those propositions, especially on how noble you treat your votes.
Exactly.
Although it is only one vote, but you did a very rational thought about it, and also you have your reason voting on your
For
will.
example,
That's a
like
good example.
like a family, right? You and
That's
your wife, me and my wife, say,
That's
hey,
right.
so my wife, I have a shortage of over my budget all the time. I may say to my wife, say, let's sit down, let's find out how money are allocated,
That's right.
right? So
We need to find it out.
we might swap around a little bit
That's
to
right.
see money spent the right way.
That's right.
Okay, you're asking me for more, for more? No. We do have the money, but we'll save the money for later. But right now, let's check about how we allocate the money.
That's a good way
I don't
to
even
do
know.
it.
All right,
Yes.
good. My dear friend, today in sharing with you about the voting concept, though, number one, we call upon you to be encouraged to walk out and exercise your right of democracy. And number two, we try to share with you how we think we should vote for your reference. So with me, my good friend Wei Lo, good brother kind of friend for many, many years, and proven to be trustworthy, an educator, trying to shed lights on this issue. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this short message. Hello, dear friends, my lovely audiences, my dear fellow Californians. Welcome back to the show. With me today is my good friend, Mr. Wei Lo, an educator who I respect a lot, has lots of ideas, and by that I mean he had been proven to be right with his success for the last 4 years with his experimental school in China that combines the U.S. curriculum with the Chinese to create a new one, and that new one was officially confirmed and has been since then for what they call Gaokao.
That's right.
Right, what the Gaokao to be further introduced to other places in China. Right, that's good.
We're doing that. Thank you.
Thank you. Sharing the thoughts on the voting, though, I do recommend as a businessman, I believe I have no business in it. Okay, as a show host, I believe that I am obligated to at least tell you what I think. Right, what I say. Oh, by the way, I may make a disclaimer. By the way, whatever I say here represents only me, myself, nothing but myself. And by law, by whatever, by heart, whatever, this is me, Jack Chow, how I think. That's it. And I believe Mr. Wei Lo will do the same thing. Now,
Yes, sir.
back to the issue to Proposition 69. Right? 69 asks, in a very funny way, a freedom of money. Don't worry about it whenever I mention money. I tell you the money has already collected, right? So take it easy. I'm not talking about new money. That's where the author comes from.
I see.
You see my point?
I see.
If they say, 69 is talking about money, when you hear the word money, you get oversensitive, and they say the money impacted recently, which means, okay, the gas tax increase of 63 to 73 pennies per gallon already, and of the registration money, the $175 per year, that money has been collected already, right? And the guy who proposed it, Mr. George Newman, Senator George Newman of the 29th District of California, has been recalled, man.
Poor guy.
Has been recalled, right? So that's how they explain the money. They want to, number one, ask the money to be spent, right? Yet, most importantly, they want to ask the freedom of spending the money where they see fit. In other words, they give me the freedom of spending the money. Once again, the same issue, the same thing as 68.
That doesn't sound right, Jack.
The 68 says, my comment was that we did give you the money, you squandered it. You misallocated it, right? And now 69 is asking the same thing. How about that part of money? Do I have freedom of squandering that money or whatever? So do you give a yes or no on this one?
You know what? Before I can give you my thought about this proposition, I wanted to share with you what I just recall when I was listening to you minutes ago about your presentation, how those propositions are written up. And in the leadership textbook or any kind of management textbook, and when it's dealing about communication within organization between peoples, there's always telling us that listening to unspoken words.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I apply to that rule to this proposition, we need to we need to pay attention to those unwritten words.
Yes, right.
That's
exactly.
something we need to pay attention to.
Exactly.
As you
those
just
meaning,
said.
Those are words and between lines.
Between lines, that's right. And as you just said, that this proposition doesn't ask for raise more money. It doesn't cost a penny, it looks like. However, in the long run, it will cost, according to my interpretation about these lines. For example, and this proposition authorized authority to use other funds in the name of transportation to use for a current undergoing project in transportation arena. For example, the money collected from the fuel tax may be used into constructing of new roads, bullet trains, for example. You may not know. So we need to carefully read about those lines to pick up the real message out of it.
And also, the other layer of the hidden message is even more, I would say, sick. Even more sick. Because the tax increase is being recalled, there is a huge recall voices. There are two huge recalls.
You mean that fuel tax?
Yeah.
I see.
Fuel tax and the license increase.
License
right?
fees.
License increase.
That's right.
Okay, now,
That's
there are two layers of the thing. My dear audience, please listen and listen carefully. Layer number one is the person, the senator being recalled. Right, being recalled. And we will decide let him go or not let him stay on June 5th. And his replacement, Mr. Bruce Whitaker, will be in the office operating different ways.
I see.
Okay.
I mean, you mean the candidate of Mr.
Yeah, the
Bruce
candidate. And that I will talk to you later, number one. And number two, there's another signature campaign which is going on right now to recall the law, to overturn the law. In other words, no more tax, no more increased tax. Let's go back to where we are. Now, with this, if you vote yes on this one, it confirms that over the years, the money can be used, the tax is still there to be intact. You see what I mean?
That will make huge difference.
It's a shaky money there already.
That is correct.
It's a shaky resource of money already.
That's right. So better vote no on this proposition.
So I give a no on this one.
I probably will.
All right. My audience, once again, is my own personal opinion. I may be wrong, I may be totally wrong, but I'm very sorry I'm wrong if I'm wrong. But at least before I realize I'm wrong, I will stick to my no. So stay with us, please. Hello, dear friends, my lovely audiences. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear fellow Californians, welcome back to the show. As a matter of fact, it's one of the very important shows because it has something to do with our right of democracy, our voting right. Speaking of voting, though, June the 5th, on a Tuesday, is the day of voting, starting from 8 o'clock all the way till somewhere around 6:30, I believe. I have a poll next to my house, and I never miss one. So please exercise your right to vote. And of course, like the title says, vote for your own betterment. Right? So with me is my good friend, Mr. Wei Luo, founder and CEO for California Sunshine Education Center. An educator, wonderful educator, I would say international educator, because he goes back and forth with US and China, try to benefit all the students in both schools. Right. Now we're focusing on the voting to the exact point of what to vote, how to vote on certain issues. We're not telling you what to vote. We're just telling you what I would vote, right? As my personal opinion. We're now on Proposition 70, right? So to my friend Wei Luo, how do you take about Proposition 70?
Basically, what proposition tries to accomplish over here is that trying to lift up the utility of certain fund for its requirements. Is that what it says, right? Basically, lift up the bar to use the fund by putting out super majority vote rules.
You can understand it. You can take it that way.
Take that way, right? And would you allow me to explain
go ahead,
to
please,
what is majority vote and super majority? My dear friend, what super majority means is that anything you want to push back for the pass, the vote has to be collected on the 2/3 and above votes. That's super majority votes rules. And a simple majority means that if you collected 51 vote out of 100, you pass it. And while the former requires 75 and above votes, 75 and more votes out of 100. Just make an example that you can pass the proposition. So in this supermajority means that if you want to use the fund, namely over here, specifically over here, is that we want some reserve fund, which called cap and trade revenues in the year of, in the past, which legislature has already passed, and the fund collected and is there. For someone to use it, you have to have legislative votes of 2/3. That is something that about this proposition. My personal view on this proposition is that we may not set up higher bars for the use of those funds, since the funds has already been there.
So in other words, well, give them
Just give them the right.
Give them right. Okay.
So
now,
I would probably personally vote no on these propositions.
Okay. Now, the tricky part is that yes on this one means a no.
No on this one, right?
And no on this one means
yes.
Yes. Why would we do that? Did you give any thought? Did you give any thought? The thought is to confuse you.
Oh.
The thought is to confuse you.
So
because
it has confused me
because
already.
yes here exactly say yes. You do not have the right. All right. No. Yes. You do have to get the supermajority, which is 2/3 of the vote before you can spend the money. Don't forget, starting from 68 though, what was my first statement? I said money had been given. Our problem, our prolonged problem is that money has been provided endlessly, over and over again to the legislature. Our problem is that money had been squandered, money had been misallocated.
Misused, I see.
Once again, they're talking about the freedom. They're asking you the freedom. I can locate the money without a supermajority vote. So, yes here means a no. No, you don't have the freedom.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Say it again. Grammatically and logically, right?
Yeah.
Say, yes, you do have to vote for a supermajority before you can spend the money.
So in that way,
or in simple language, no, you don't have the freedom of allocating the money
original
the
order.
way you want it.
That's original sequence that we understand, right?
All right, good.
But
so yes means a no, no means a yes.
Yes.
It's in the 180 degrees lower term, man.
Are we playing game here, Jack?
So I'm not saying who's playing game. Does it sound a game to you, my dear friend? You tell me.
My goodness, it confused me already.
At least you can tell me now. Does it sound right? I'll say now. Am I saying?
Hey, Jack.
I am not a handsome man by a supermajority. No, that's not. The logic has to. If you want to follow the logic, you really have to learn a little bit.
So let me straight up. Just take your example. Just your example, just away with it, is that by normal rationale, if I'm asking you my opinion, I would say asking you the street question.
Yeah.
Am I a handsome man?
Yes or no?
Oh, yes or no, right?
Do you not agree? Do you not agree?
I'm not a handsome man.
Yeah.
Right? If you vote yes.
Yeah, that's your handsome man.
I'm a handsome man. If I vote no.
It's a negative to negative.
Negative to negative, and we need a positive answer, right?
Yeah. So yes means no here, and a no means yes.
My goodness,
so
it confused me already.
You reconsider. You want to give a yes or no on this proposition 70, please.
Okay, let's just say if I wanted. Hi, Jack. Let's just.
Okay, let's see.
Help me with this one.
Let's see what no says, right?
If I wanted to vote for no supermajority needed for use this fund, what should I vote for? Yes or no?
No.
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 So I would vote no.
No.
Okay.
If you want a no supermajority, okay.
Just vote.
So you will say no. No means yes, they can go ahead and do the money.
Use it, right? Okay.
See the logic? See the logic?
So I was right at first place. It just confused a little bit in the middle.
No. You want to give them the freedom to go ahead and spend the money.
That's my intention.
Without a supermajority vote.
That's right. That's my intention.
Okay. Anyway, so in that case, your no means a yes.
They can use it.
Yeah.
Without supermajority.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
That's my intention.
That's a yes.
That's my intention.
That's your intention.
I don't want them to raise up the bar for use of the money. Has already been there.
No. Money already been there for the 68.
That's right.
For
Money's
69,
there.
money been there. Problem being that they squandered money, either squandered money or, in a better case, mislocated the money.
That's okay.
Once again, they want to mislocate the money They want to miss Logan County. They need your vote, give them green light. So
I see.
no means a green light. See my point? No means a green light.
You know
green
what?
light.
I have another consideration.
Yes
behind
means
this,
yes means a red light.
yes means red light.
Yeah. Yes, you do need my vote. Like for example.
Okay. Yes.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Right? So yes is thing. So
It's
the
look-
reason
it's
I'm,
a hook.
Yeah. The reason I'm insisting on this one to say more to you is that by understanding your mind with these two issues, you would vote a yes on this one, which means a no. No, you do not have the freedom.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So
I would.
examples that. Do you think that I am a slim man without a supermajority vote? I'm a slim, proportionate man. Right?
You're a fit man.
Then yeah.
with-
see, check my question. The question is that do you think I'm a
Not
proportionately fit man,
physically fit man.
weighing 220 pounds without having been confirmed by a supermajority vote? See how tricky that
The
is?
answer would be no, right?
Huh?
If we vote for the fact, we should be no. We should be voting
Yes.
on no or yes.
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 What
okay.
I'm saying is that I saying, okay, do you agree that Jack Chow is a proportional handsome man without having to be confirmed by a supermajority vote?
That's confused me a little bit. If I wanted to vote based upon the fact, I would say
The answer
No.
is so simple. No, I'm not a proportional man, right? And
That
then,
will
and
not
then you
hit
you
your-
want to answer it in a yes way
without
though.
considering of hitting your feeling, right?
If you are answering in a yes way, you say yes. You have to wait until you get a majority vote to confirm that Jack Chow is a handsome man. He is only a handsome man then.
Okay.
Otherwise, he's no. Understand the tricky part?
Okay, got it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's negative.
Yes,
And
yes
then-
is my what I
Okay.
chose.
Okay, that's.
So my dear
my
friends,
problem,
as you
right?
can see how tricky it is, right? So this is why our money has been sucked into the system, and the next day you find out, oh, where's the money?
I don't know. if
Governor
this-
say, hey, give me the money. I want to do my job. Everybody says we need money. Money. And then you still drive your car on a bumpy road, like that kind of thing, right? Okay, my dear friends, with my friend Wei Lo, we're sharing some thoughts with you. After all, there's only our own personal thought. Well, don't take it too serious. But one thing we want you to take serious is that go out to vote, please. All right. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Hello, dear friends, lovely audiences, my dear fellow Californians. Welcome back to the show, Jack Chow on the East West Show, with my friend, Mr. Wei Lo, trying to share with you our thoughts. Even though we encourage you to come out to vote, even though we encourage you to vote for your own benefit, own betterment, we do not impose our concept, our views. Whatever we say, we'll vote is only for your own reference, right? However, we will give you reasons why we would choose a yes or no.
Okay.
By hearing that, probably you will know the essence, right? And another thing to mention about is that all the 5 prepositions, some of which, for example, 70 in particular, is written in a very, very peculiar way, mystifying, hard to understand, the opposite way. Your yes might sometimes mean no, your no might mean yes. In other words, you might have voted against your own will. Right. So back to the proposition, we have 2 to finish within one segment. Let's hurry up, right? 71. Okay, 71, and you want to do yes or no? 71 says a
Basically,
vote on this measure means most state ballot measure would take effect after statewide vote has been counted and certified, which about 6 weeks after election day.
It's very simple to me, Jack. It records me about the president election 43, Gore versus George W. Bush Jr. in the state of Florida, right?
Yeah.
And if this proposition was passed and in place in state of Florida, I mean the presidency history of United States would probably be rewritten, and probably Mr. Gore would be the president after 4 years after that, right? For 4 years after that. So that's
And also something I want you to pay attention to about the word choice, the way it is written, right? So they put a parenthesis about 6 weeks about election. Why? Why do we have to know that? Oh, 6 weeks is a long time. All right, you got to consider about that 6 weeks, okay?
That's what to me, it's trying to scare me away.
Yes.
That
Okay,
do not
yeah.
vote yes on this.
In other
one,
words, my dear audience, this whole thing says that after voting, you have to wait until all votes are counted and verified before anything becomes effective, right? And a no means that, once again, we're talking about a yes becoming a no and no becoming a yes, right? So now, no means that no, you don't have to wait. It becomes automatically effective right after.
even
on
if
the-
was
on the-
was disputed
on the,
votes.
on the voting day. Now, my question, why wouldn't they ask in a different way? They say, do you think that a voting result shall be effective after all votes are counted? Yes or no?
Of course, yes.
Yes or yes. Right.
Of course.
And it says in a different way, so yes means no. Say, do you think we do not have to wait for 6 weeks to get it effective? So it's
We have to wait, and this is. It doesn't matter how confusing this wording is, but let's just come to the
learning from George Bush,
George
H.
W. and Gore.
No, H. Bush, yeah.
Yes, and we need to
George 43.
Yeah,
George Bush.
We need to come to the bottom line of this vote.
Yeah.
And for any legislative things, it's very important things impact every problem, every aspect of our life, sooner or later. So for this kind of things, it's not a lighter thing.
We want to jump
We
on
don't want to jump to
conclusion
conclusion right away in 5 days.
Even on the election day.
That's right. 6 weeks is not a long day if it is a
course.
legitimate requires. Legitimacy requires.
Right. Okay.
Six-
Okay, move on
six-
to. We'll give you.
So
You
this-
agree with me, right?
This is no-brainer.
Well, yeah, this is no brainer. We give you yes on 71.
I would vote yes on this one.
How about 72, man?
72, let me read about this. Permits legislature to exclude newly constructed rain capture systems from property tax reassessment requirement. Legislative constitutional amendment, meaning that there's no money involved. It's just the constitutional amendment. Say,
Okay. Now, in short, these are very simple. All right. They say right now we're talking about California having problems with our drought system, right?
That's right.
And one of the reasons they say they blame Mother Nature, say, hey, Mother Nature has been giving us less water, right? Okay, suppose the years and time whatsoever, for example, last winter, Mother Nature did give us a lot of water, and we failed to have the infrastructure, the aqueducts whatsoever, to hold the water, all right? And holding water is not only on above the surface, let the water go underneath, to be becoming groundwater, and it's still another way. So now the money, once again, had already been given, right?
That's right.
And your job, do your job, man. Wake up, do your job, build up the system, let's reserve water. Well, letting them go ahead.
That's right.
Letting them go ahead doing their job does not call taxpayers extra money, right? The whole thing is that they want to find themselves, to me, once again, my personal point of view, okay? All right. They want to find themselves an excuse of not doing their job. Say, me doing my job will cost taxpayer extra money. So, do you still ask me to do my job? You see how mystifying it is?
I can see through right away because
Yeah.
this basically, it's to me, if we let this legislative pass,
They have to do their job.
and they have a legitimate excuse for poor management of the project, undergoing project by themselves.
Yeah. No. We shall make them work.
We shall make them work. We shall make them work efficiently, not waste our money.
Okay, very good. Now, the 72 just exactly saying that. Okay, 72 is saying that, do you think make them work will not cause taxpayers extra money? Yes, we do. Go ahead, do your work. Go ahead, do your job. All right. The accuse finders, the accuse hunters, are saying that doing our job will cost taxpayer extra money. See once again the mystifying point.
Well,
My
my
dear
goodness,
friend.
it's tongue twisting again.
Yeah, so we have to let it pass. I would give it a yes on that. I would give it a yes
So
on that.
let's just once again, let's just carefully study the wording again. If we vote on yes, and we still will be able to let them to work, but not to increase the property tax for us,
Yes,
right?
yes.
If that is the
You're
correct,
right. You're right.
but applying your logic of negative logic to this case, voting no meaning that installation of water collector system
Will cost us money.
could result in an increase of our property tax bill, right?
All right.
So in that case, probably we should not let them to increase our tax dollar bill.
And then that solution is no. I'm done. Now that solution is yes. Let them do the job. Okay, now forget all those beautiful words. Forget all those beautiful tricks, right?
Tricking words.
Okay, for example, you have a stain on your face. I ask you to go to the restroom to take care of it.
Yes,
You're saying me take care of it will cost your show.
that's right.
All right?
Yeah.
So will you go or will you not go? Or we'll ask a voter to vote. Do you think Mr. Waylo needs to go to the restroom? Parenthesis, he's going to the restroom with it cost taxpayer money. You understand?
Of course.
Yeah. Now.
Not go.
No, you're confused again.
You confused me.
Okay, for example, what I'm going to do. Right.
Let's just go
Now,
back to-
Okay, put it this way. California needs an extra facility to hold water.
That's no question about
Number
it.
one. Number two, money had been given already. Right?
No, not.
Well, yeah. The
collected?
previous water bills, we did it several times.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Californians have already donated money there that way.
So money, the fund is
And
is
number
there.
three, there are calls from taxpayers say, "Hey, why you guys don't do work?" I did my show. I'm almost an encyclopedia because I see people from all departments. Okay.
Okay.
I had shows with Mr. Zampiello, Mr. Manning of the Water Department of California.
I see.
Now, according to them, California has been postponing the building of the necessary facilities with the money already given.
Oh my goodness.
Now, and if you are asking where this proposition comes from, they say you're blaming me of not doing my job, right?
Right.
Okay, now my bringing job, I need more money. If I did, I wouldn't need more money.
That's wrong.
Yeah, go ahead, right? Something like, well, just I'll take the slide of it. Now, so.
Funny
and
thing
yes,
about this one.
And yes would mean that yes, we say you need to go do your job. Come on,
But-
with a period.
Okay,
With a period.
but not
There's no
at a-
but. No but. Secondly, you're going to do your job would not cause taxpayer extra money.
That's what yes says,
Okay,
right?
And in
Okay.
one sentence, they put yes and no together.
Yes, well, on this measure
They
means
put yes and no
installations of
together
collector
in
and the
one
stormwater
answer.
on the property could not result in. No, I think could not without.
No, yeah. That's the
In-
confusing
in-
part, baby.
That's
okay.
my goodness.
Yes, go ahead, do the job.
No, I need to study this one because of the show time is too short.
Okay, say.
You know what?
Say,
I cannot.
a yes vote in this measure means installing a system to collect and store rainwater on the property could not result in a higher property tax bill.
could not.
Okay, now, go ahead, kill me. All right, I will not feel the pain.
Could not result in higher property. Could
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
It could be, but it's just a possibility. It's not a confirmation.
So far, it's a good, right? After all, it's a good.
It's
okay.
probability. It's a probability.
Take
to
my
me.
phone. That's a yes. Yes, go ahead, take my phone, and I will not cry for thief.
Okay, you know what, Jack? You,
Okay, you see where the yes and no are located?
okay.
I
and,
say yes, take my phone.
I totally understand what you're trying to do over here, over me, over my convenience. But to my due diligence, to exercise my right of voting due diligently, I still need to take some time to study
Okay,
the
very
proposition
good. Okay, very
and
good.
also take a little bit back and forth thought before I can vote yes or no. I'm not giving any answer to you right
All right,
now.
thank you very much. That itself, my friend, my dear audience, is a tragedy. The tragedy being two gentlemen, both highly educated, both been working for a lifetime long, still having problems like those schoolboys caught in classroom. Grammatically, rhetorically, word choice, by what choice, by whatsoever. Anyway, these are the things we are sharing with you for this show. Oh, some local election we have to mention. Bob Lindsay is your choice for county sheriff.
That's your personal opinion, right?
That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
And I wish that will become your personal opinion because he calls to remove politics out of law enforcement.
If to be honest with you, I personally like Lindsay, Mr. Lindsay, but I need to take a little bit look at his career.
Yeah, of course,
a little
but,
bit
yeah.
deeper.
Of course.
So before
Anyway.
I can vote for him. And also one thing I want to share with everyone of you is that we need to register as Chinese American. We need to register as a voter first place, and then to vote, be able to vote, because according to all the stats.
If it is your first year though, you have registered.
That's right.
If you are already registered, you're
we need to register first because of all the Asian American race group that Chinese American is the
you're a
lowest.
lifetime owner.
in
You're a
registration.
lifetime voter.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right, my dear friends, my lovely audience, we're way over time without knowing. Well, anyway, because of the subject, I'll ask my editor to cut myself off as much as he could. With my friend Wei Law, we're having some fun, and make sure you walk out and wait and vote. And your message for the audience, please?
Please register first and then go out to vote. And we need to improve our status of lowest registration rate among the Asian American people here. So we need to improve that.
Very good. Thank you very much for watching, my dear friends.
Thank you.
And to Willow, thank you, my dear friend.